Hi everyone. The Baka Binge is just ending, so I'm going to wait for people to come across. Oh, let me just type live now. Live now. I just typed that so you know that I'm live now. Let's see. I've got some messages coming on. I've got something else auto playing on the other screen. Too many computers to work with at the same time. Is everyone coming in? Yes, we have people coming in. Hi there. I'll be with you in just a second. I am ready to go. Right. Hey, everyone. So Bubs is here. Oh, the connection is unstable, apparently. Can everyone see me? Can everyone see me? Is the connection good? I'm just going to turn off the Wi-Fi on the other computer. See if we can get a little bit of a... Okay. Just turning off the Wi-Fi on some of the other computers and devices, just so you guys can actually get a good connection, because I think seeing you, hearing you, fantastic. Thank you, James. Let me turn. Got internet on everything, which is now something of a problem. This is my awful Kyocera phone that just will let you press the button, does not turn on. Oh, there you go. Now it turns on. Stupid piece of junk. Let's turn the. I'm going to turn the internet off on everything so that hopefully you guys will be able to see me. Okay, so let's have a look here. Coming through loud and clear. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Yes, I am using the microphone that's right by my face. Got like a tiny little mic stand that I use. I don't know, some of you guys have probably seen this in like some of the behind the scenes photographs I've popped up, but I'm using this tiny little thing. There is some cardboard today, just to let you guys know the cardboard is working well. Just in case you're wondering, yeah, the posters, like I say, they can be moved and rearranged now. So as a result, you know, most of the time they're not in the background, but I should start putting those up for the live chat, shouldn't I? So no, but so yeah, apologies, guys. Had a bit of drama while this evening going on. Had to deal with something, so I didn't get to spend much time with you guys during the premiere. So I am really interested in. I really loved that. I got to admit, I was a bit tentative about how that video was going to look. And then when James sent it across, I just watched it and I was like, actually, I really enjoyed it myself. I mean, I'm not even a foodie and I just kind of enjoyed it. So really interested to know what you guys thought of that. I'm just going to quickly check something, like I say, sorry, dealing with a couple of things here. Okay, so guys, let me know what you thought of the bears at the door. No, not bears at the door. It's one of those things I can't really talk about it because it involves someone else, but everything is okay. But there was a really, really serious issue, a potential shock, something very, very bad happened to one of my friends. They are okay now. I'm just kind of helping them. Like I said, I don't want to divulge too much information because it's not really my position to do so, and I would feel terrible if I said anything that I wasn't allowed to. So I'm not going to mention anything about it at all. But yeah, something really bad happened. I was helping them and everything seems to be okay now. So I'm just checking they're all right. So let's have a look and see what everyone thought. Okay. I thought you were streaming from back in time. But yes, no, it's yeah, maybe if the conversations are really quick on the live chats nowadays, but if it slows down this time, I might bring them over a little bit later. Bears at the door. No, like I say, don't worry about that. Might need to add some BGM to those in the future for the dead spaces. Background music. I didn't really, I gotta admit, I didn't really think it was necessary to do that, because the reason I didn't put background music in was I just kind of liked the flow of the conversation. It was kind of had a podcasty feel. I like the fact that it felt like a podcast. So CMC is James, the true great king of terror, king of chocolate. And by the way, yeah, thank you to James. James was the one who cut that. James did all the cutting work on that, and I think he did a fantastic job. How would you like to watch a cross between Ralph Wiggum and James May? I'll take the second over the first at any time. Right, let me just check here. Let me just quickly tell my friend I am. So I'm just checking that everything's okay there. Sorry about this. I will be cutting in and out occasionally for the next few minutes, just making sure everything's okay with them. Yeah. Oh, to James, did a wonderful job of making it interesting. However, I fear he may attack me as I am eating bog standard Jaffa cake. Jaffa cake is fantastic, and I think James will agree with that. McVitie's Jaffa cakes are bad. Stick to the sponge cake too much. There was me thinking I could predict James's tastes, and as with any layman, I could not. Today's beer is the Suntory Rich Malt, a flavorful, aromatic, and cheap beer. Oh, crikey. My voice, by the way, has been a little bit better. Did a few things to try and help. So hopefully I shouldn't be getting the throat problems I was having before, but I had a little bit of a medical checkup, just have a little bit of help with that. So it should be okay now. Let me just check the messages. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. Let's see where we are in the conversation. So, oh god, Jaffa cakes should only be eaten from the fridge. That's interesting, actually. Yeah, I know they are better cold, but I don't even remember having them cold. I think every time I had them, they were room temperature. It's just an English thing. Everything is room temperature, even if it shouldn't be. Beer, room temperature. Food, cooked and then kind of left for too long, room temperature. It's just the English way. So Bubs is saying, "Please don't hurt me, Lord." James, I like to peel more James advice. I like to peel the whole orangey bit off and eat it, but the official ones break up too much. So is it actually that there's a problem with them, or is it just that you're a bit of a weird chocolate pervert and you're eating them in a way that is too stylistic? You're too fancy for Jaffa cakes. They're designed for standard eating, not this fancy eating. Bubs, pass along the good vibes from us to your mate. I will do. Thank you so much. Although perhaps I probably shouldn't, because then it would look like I've been talking about their situation. So I'll work out how to balance that. Thank you. I am looking for TJ Oglat chocolate. Don't even know what that is. But then again, I'm not the foodie. James is. You're an animal with Jaffa cakes. Did they hurt you as a child? Any food or drink review requests? Well, we got quite a few in the barrel, but James has got a good point, because he's going to be coming over here hopefully again in the next few months and filming more of them, which they won't be coming out for a while, but any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. Are you keeping a scorecard on the live stream beers for next year's backers? I am now. I wasn't last year. It took me a while to think about which one I actually like the most, but this year I'm keeping score. Right, let me just check. I've got a message coming in. Okay, done. So let's see where we are with this. I think every time I go over to that, I'm going to have to start humming to myself. Yep, that kind of food do you think are looked by the tourist travel programs? Move over Carl Pilkington. I was actually watching the Ricky Gervais show again today. I listened to it when it first came out, actually, but I watched it again recently. I love that show so much. The future belongs to Howard and James. I do get the feeling that, it's weird, isn't it? When we do the music reviews, I think James becomes Carl Pilkington, and when we do the food reviews, I definitely become a Carl Pilkington. Just everything I say is probably only makes sense in my world, but credit to James, his tolerance levels for listening to people who don't know what he's talking about are very high. Lazy Melon Pan. Ooh, Melon Pan, yes. A classic of Hokkaido, that I know. Okay, the message is coming in quick, so let's just read. James is saying, I have a box about 30 different Kit Kats to try at some point. Well, of course, we all know about the Kit Kats. Bubs, and we weep for humanity because of that. Thank you. More Moe and Curly, I think. What was that in reply to? Moe and Curly? This sounds like something Japanese, except curly definitely isn't a Japanese word. You have to explain what that is. James, I have done Mossburger. I want to do some more of the regular food chains. Yeah, that's a good one as well. Yeah, Bubs, why are you surprised at 30? You, of all people, should know how many Kit Kats James has. We've talked about this before. So, yeah, yeah, some of those food chains are quite fun to do. James, Kit Kats are accumulated over time. That just kind of sounds like they're going gross, man. I hope you're keeping them and looking after them properly. CMC seems to have covered just about every food in Japan. That's Eric Surf 6. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure James knows more just because he's James. Lisa Line, I want melon pan tasting. Yeah, I think we can do that actually. I think me and James can do that next time. Oh god, the comments are coming in quick. It seems to mainly be Bubs and James though, so maybe if I just skip over their comments. Oh, here we go. Joust Mike, will you be reacting to Filipino artists again? I recommend Eraserheads. I have replied to this a few times, and I really apologize, Josh, because I really want to do Eraserheads, but they copyright block everything. I can't even get a video to go live. There is one Eraserheads one that I put onto our OneDrive account. So if anyone's got the OneDrive link, if you want to give that over to Joust, that would be really cool. We will be doing more Filipino reviews, though, definitely. I've got some which are ready to go that I just need to put into the schedule. Definitely the Filipino reviews are coming again. I mean, there's been a lot of support for that, so that's something that, and I've been really enjoying it, so it's definitely something I want to do again. And when James comes over in February or March or whenever he gets here, then we're definitely going to be wanting to do more of those. But Eraserheads is the one that I know a lot of people want it, but we just can't get their reviews out because they're blocking it all. So we'll do our best, is all I can really say. Try a few more, maybe one will get through the net. But thank you for asking anyway, definitely. Suggestions are always appreciated. Mo and Curly from the Three Stooges. I don't know what the Three Stooges is. I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. Fusion foods. Well, the teishoku, which is Japanese adapted foreign foods. I don't know if necessarily that's so interesting. I kind of think the things that are more distinctly Japanese are interesting, but guys, tell us what you think. 1 second. All right, let's see where we are with this. Where did it say drinks from Combini, like the cow? Yeah, we do. Don't worry, a lot of that's been covered as well. A lot of that's in the upcoming videos, I believe. Godu Godi Godi banana, no bias. I know what you're talking about. We'll do banana tasting and see if we can attract the gorilla to come and join us for that. See, oh no, James Jan, Mark Cody, the Three Stooges. Sorry guys, no idea what that actually is. CMC, yes, Harry, Zinf, Mike Eraserheads might be problematic. He reviewed. Oh yeah, thank you, Zinf. Yeah, because Zinf was actually the one who suggested it. I really do want to do Eraserheads. Like I say, we've got that one on the OneDrive, but I really want to do more of them because I think it's an interesting one that we could get a lot from. But they seem to be in that scandal territory of just nothing gets through, which is sad. Thank you, CMC, for dropping in the Reddit suggestion thread. That is also where you can find the OneDrive. So go on there, you'll find the Reddit suggestion thread for suggesting songs, as well as the OneDrive. I see. Thanks, Just. Oh, good. Thank you. Links for Discord. Brilliant, everyone. Zinf. Oh, and for the Filipino reviews, when in doubt and pronunciation, try and say it like Romanji. Really? Is it that? I kind of would have just assumed that Filipino, considering the number of things that go into what's Tagalog, isn't it, the language? There's a number of things that have gone into that language and the way that it's formed. I would assume that, like English, the pronunciation was quite far from the spelling. So I'm really interested, actually, that it's just very clear pronunciation. That's really interesting. Thank you for that. Seabill, the hero of the day. You haven't reacted to Alfrieda. I think you would like them. That one, don't worry. That one is actually. Let me just quickly check that. That one is on the list. I don't know whether it's because some of you guys might know that I went on a little bit of a rampage of downloading. Well, I shouldn't say downloading, obtaining everything I needed for the next over 100 reviews. I completely copied everything out of the Reddit suggestion thread up to date. I've copied a load of stuff and I've got a lot of it on there. I think that's one of the ones that I got, but like I said, I took so many of them the other day that it's kind of hard for me to really register which ones I've got and which ones I haven't. Bubs has just said we have a Reddit and Discord feed. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's already been done. Thanks for that, Bubs. Anyway, I would like to see a reaction of Sakanaction song. They are very strict with copyright. Oh yeah, they own their own label, the Victor. I mean, some people have commented. Not for a second am I saying this is true. By the way, I'm not going to be as ridiculous as this, but some have commented that maybe due to the amount of like scandal reviews that I've actually started doing and how vocal I've been about Victor, that might be part of the reason why we managed to actually get through copyright on the very first time with the new Scandal song. I don't know, but it was very weird when that happened. So I am thinking, because I've got another album review that I'm just about to do for Scandal, and I am sort of thinking very seriously, well, how do I approach this? Should I try doing one of them as an actual reaction, popping it up and seeing what happens? Or is it a latest copyright thing where the early material won't be affected in that way? I'm sort of interested to know if there is actually a reason for that, but I also don't want to press my luck too much. But yeah, so Victor thing, maybe it will change, but at the moment I'm not putting too much stock in anything Victor related until I've got a good indication. Flimsy, good suggestion. They have the anti-bride ear bias. Don't hold your breath. I don't know how serious CMC's outrage is, but I'm assuming that it's partly for comical effect. Can I just say the bride ear thing? I know about it. I have an idea. Don't worry, I have an idea. You're going to have to wait. Oh, you're going to have to wait. But maybe I'll review them. Joust. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Joust, Mike. We'll check it out. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Harry, the AMDKJ reaction seems to be getting decent traffic. Yeah, because it got through. If anything, I know this is just like ridiculous, but I would love to think that somewhere someone in Victor is looking at that going, oh, that didn't hurt. Especially considering in that video, I was talking so much about this is going to get blocked, this is going to get blocked, this is going to get blocked. So in the description, the very top line of the description is me saying, thank you, Victor. Because yes, they listened, hopefully. Either way, what they did was they let a song through because they did copyright it. They copyright checked it, which means they know that it's there, but they're letting it through. So maybe it's just an experimentation. Actually, guys, has anyone else done a review of AMDKJ through copyright? And I mean like a full review, not a chopped up review, but a full review. Let me just quickly check. Okay. So just to confirm, this live stream will be ending again at 2 o'clock today. 2 o'clock Japanese time. So that's basically in 75 minutes from now. I am trying to work on a little bit on how to schedule these, but at the moment, like I say, just because there's a couple of things happening today, I thought I'll do it again like I did last time, half an hour premiere, 90-minute live stream, but we'll work on that a bit longer. Hopefully I'm going to go back to doing 2 hours even after the premieres, hopefully to premiere something interesting every Saturday. So this should make Saturdays a bit of an event where everyone knows where things are going to happen. They will have like something to talk about in each one. Let me just quickly check that I'm up to date on the comments, because a lot of comments coming through. Thank you to everyone for that, by the way. The guitarist from Alfriede is also a model. She is very attractive, but also a great player. Well, this is what Google's for. Did you say guitarist? I just, you can't say that and not expect me to Google. Let's have a look at the image. Crikey, yeah. Not going to argue with that. Well called, sir. JFU had signed Alfred the major label. They should sign Silent Simon and bring them to Europe, says Sven. I do kind of agree. Everything I've seen about JPU, it's a bit strange, that they do seem to really, although they don't seem to get their artists as many connections as I would expect, I don't think that's down to them, because they seem to handle their business quite well. Everything I've seen, the artists they obtain seem to be happy and they seem to do a good job. So It'd be interesting to know what they do with Silent Siren, because I don't think Silent Siren really plays to any of their strengths. They seem to be better with the heavier artists. I wonder if they've got the right connections really to sign up a group like Silent Siren. Sibyl, yeah, I have the JPU version of Alfreda's CD. Okay, I'll definitely got to check this band out, haven't you? Did you react to Ottobo BK on this channel? If not, I'll request it. Lazy. I talked about this before, so apologies if I haven't mentioned this to you. The thing about Ottoboke is really hard to say. Ottoboke Beaver is I knew them really well before I started this channel. I was very familiar with them. So what I've actually done is I haven't listened to anything they've released in the last year. The reason being is it meant that I could basically store it up for this year so that I can do reactions and reviews to it, because there was nothing that they'd released that I hadn't heard. So I am going to be catching up with them, but I'm kind of leaving it, as there's not much pressure, as there's a lot of other things coming out. I'm leaving it for a little bit because I want to feel unfamiliar with them again. But like I said, I know them so well, it's very difficult for them to do anything that's going to surprise me. So I'm excited. Don't tell me anything about any of it, because I know they released quite a few songs in the last year. So I'm interested to see what that is. James, I wonder if Victor will lose their award next year. I hope sincerely for them that they do. But if they do, they should buy you a goddamn burger bauble. Which Scandal album next? Going straight on to the next full-length studio one. I seem to remember it had I don't know if it's the next one or the one after, but I seem to remember it had a rather uninspiring album cover. Anyway, yeah, whichever the next full-length album is. I haven't actually done the review yet, but I'm going to do a sit-down listen to that sometime soon, probably over the course of 1 or 2 days. Because basically, although I can listen to the album very quickly, each review takes as long to record as it does to watch. I mean, the production time happens afterwards, but I do the recording on some days and the production on other days, unless it's like a video that I'm rushing out as a reaction to something that just came out. So usually, if I'm sitting down listening to an album, each video is 15 minutes on average, meaning that, a 12-track album, that is a 3-hour sit down, 3 hour with no breaks, record one, stop, switch over, change, occasionally change battery, new card, go again. It's like that, because it's a good way to stay in the rhythm. Probably one of the reasons why I'm okay with doing these live streams, because it's no different from the way I actually record these days anyway. And so the net result is that it can be like 3 hours to do one album, and that does also increase the fatigue. So usually I like to do them over the course of 2 days. But that's not the question you asked, but I thought I'd just talk about that anyway. Harry, tried doing Scandals. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, Mabataki. I didn't make a note of that, and I should have done. Yeah, because that one I was thinking about. Well, I can't do Fuzzy because I saw the premiere when it came out. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. That was a really weird lapse from me. Usually I wouldn't do things like that, but just it was on one night. I think I'd had a couple of drinks and I was feeling a bit crappy, so I decided to sit down and watch something. And then I watched that. I was like, oh, this isn't very good at all. And then I watched it back later again, and it was like, oh, it's okay, but it never really stuck with me, that song. Simpsy, any idea, like, hold on, I won't use them for a memo, but we'll review and give some value for their attempting at making something sarcasm warding. Wait, hold on. Any idea, like, hold on, I won't use them for a meme, but I will review and give some value to their attempt at making something? I really don't understand. I know that there's probably a good joke in there. That's what's really annoying, because I can see you using sarcasm more. I honestly don't understand what you're talking about. You have to let me know. Sorry. Is this probably my brain? Sorry. Explain. Sven, I think the earlier stuff or Scandal will be handled by like Asian Kung Fu generation, maybe so no music videos and normal songs are blocked in Japan. I would kind of agree that probably as they update, with exception to a few songs like Scandal Baby, as they update copyright, they'll probably leave most of it in the realms of history. And it won't get updated copyright, and unless someone maybe after they retire or something, someone decides to buy the entire collection and reissue it or something. So you probably find for the older stuff the copyright won't change, which is why Harry's point was very good actually about that song that I haven't talked about yet. So Larry's saying Phil Surfer and Scandal in the house. Pinhill Surfer, also Pinhill Surfer. Don't know what Pinhill Surfer is. Is that one of the Scandal subgroups? James, personally, I don't know if JPU have plans for Silent Siren, but I'm totally sure that they're aware of them. Yeah, no, I'm sure they are. But like I say, I don't know whether JPU really is the perfect fit for Silent Siren, because I was looking through their roster like a couple of weeks ago, And it seems that with all of their rock stuff, they've done really well, but with all of their pop stuff, none of it really seems to have gained any traction. I don't know whether they just don't have the right contacts or whether there just isn't the audience for it outside. Because I mean, you got to remember, Silent Siren are very popular in Taiwan, and they've managed to break into places like Taiwan, Indonesia, like the Asian nation countries, island countries. They are very successful because this part of the world, their sound works better. In the Western world, I don't think they would be able to find an audience because you can't be kind of cutesy and innocent without a sense of it being ironic. Like I say, their innocence is backed up by genuine quality. But in Western music, it needs to be an ironic thing. You need to be ironically cute. You can't just sort of be, oh, we're cute, we're fun, we're nice. People won't take you seriously. So I suspect that might be part of it. If I'm honest with you, I don't know. Maybe it's that JPU don't want to, or maybe it's just not worth it for Silent Siren. Because I think that they could make so much more money focusing on touring in Asia solely, just being focused on Asia. I don't think they would ever make it, because they do play. I mean, like I said, they play really big festivals in Asia, all around Asia. It just seems that market's working for them very well. So that might be the reason. But I don't know. They have toured outside of Asia, but I don't know. Maybe there's some interest, but maybe it's just not really worth the investment for either party. Zinf, there's a lot of loan words. Tell me if you know more. Zinf, there's a lot of loan words in the language, but yeah, loan words. The pronunciation for their native is pretty simple, not as weird as English, at least. That's brilliant to know, actually, because I mean, as you guys know, I've got a real soft spot for the Philippines. I visited there. I absolutely loved it. I love a lot of their music. Culturally, their food is amazing. I really like the Philippines. It's not a place that I would ever particularly want to live. There's a lot of reasons for that, but it's somewhere we're visiting. I love it, and Philippine people, for the best part, who I've met, are really wonderful. So I'm really glad that's true, because I feel like picking up a little bit of Filipino Tagalog as well now. CMC Silent Siren might be more an acquired taste of some of their other bands. For a Western audience, yes. For an Asian audience, I think quite the opposite. I think they would be an easier taste. So Larry's saying Silent Siren are all models. Yep, they all were all models, first of all. Although interesting, I do like, I've done a lot more reading on them now, obviously, as you'd expect, because they're a band who we covered a lot now. Silent Siren they did actually, I thought that they were sort of cynically like a record company cynically was going through modeling agencies, pulling out models to, be musicians. But actually it turned out that they all met at an agency and of their own fruition became a band. I'm sure looking the way they were and being models didn't stop them in any way, but it did at least seem that they created their own brand before they were picked up. And finding out those first two albums were on an independent label, which if you watch the reviews, you'll see that I actually talked about researching that label subsequent to the first two albums of Silent Siren coming out, and just seeing how the labels just disappeared into nothing. It really was a proper independent ragtags label that they released those first two albums on. Guys, by the way, we've got 15 people in here. If you're enjoying the conversation, sorry, I know it's a bit all over the place today, but please feel free to press the like button, because it does help a lot. I know it's a little bit nichey, and not nichey, it's a bit cliche to ask you to do that, but it helps a lot with the stats. So if you can press that like button, helps a lot. Thank you. Only if you're enjoying it, though. You don't have to otherwise. Thank you. We've got a few more likes coming in. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So Harry's saying one of a full review to Chopped. One of a full review to Chopped. Oh yeah, that's true actually. Sorry, you're talking about other people who've done it. So one other full review. That's really good. All right, sorry, I think I'm a long way behind on the comments, by the way, now, because I'm just looking at the scroll bar and it's getting away from me, so I'm going to have to go through these a bit fast. But Harry, that's really good to know. So I'll jump in on that other Scandal song probably before I do the next album, listen through them, because I want to get a feel for what's going on with Victor, or at least with their rights hold on. It might be that there was the whole Her Victor thing might have had some delayed paperwork that needed to be worked out, and that maybe now they've managed to release some rights. I don't know. There's a lot of things that can happen. I mean, we've got to remember when bands go onto their own record label, often it will take a few years before everything is actually settled fully. So there might be stuff actively changing right now, but I'm going to be careful about that before I dive in too much. Let's have a look at some of the other things. Like I say, so I'm going to have to go through quite quickly. Serial Silent Siren are my favorite models. I'm not going to argue with that. I got to admit, I know we've all got no bias. But I got to admit, they are all actually all very good looking, which is kind of a bit weird. You kind of feel like, wait, just remember, I do like this band for the music, don't I? Yeah, okay, good. So occasionally it's like turn off the video and just listen to the audio just to remind yourself you like this for the music. Harry, one of the chops has a second full version up as a private for Patreon. Oh, so it wasn't unblocked on upload. Private for Patreon members. You guys know I want to give you guys lots of Patreon benefits which are coming this year, and lots of stuff's been delayed, but I will be getting on that. But certainly I'm never ever going to tell you that videos are only for if you pay me. The videos are what you're here for, so we can discuss them. The stuff that you get on Patreon is always just going to be like fun little things for people who just feel genuinely part of the channel. I mean, at the moment, all I can really offer is to occasionally send stuff that I get free of charge, little cheap things I get in Japan that might be fun to send to you guys, or like the remixes and the reversions of songs. There's a lot more of them still in the works as well. Luckily, like I say, I'm getting back ahead of things again after Christmas, so I can start putting out more of them soon. But as always, if you guys want more from the Patreon, feel free to ask me. But there are a lot of things coming, and those little funny T-shirts and things we discussed a few months ago, they're still waiting to go as well. Because I'm here and not in Tokyo, the whole printing thing was a little bit more difficult to set up because I now have to have them printed and then either sent to me here before I send them to you, or sent directly from the printer to the buyer. So that's something that's also being worked out. But don't worry, that's something I'm actively involved in getting sorted out. Anyway, so I'm a long way behind the comments. Let's have a look here. Larry's talking about Otoboko Beaver, but didn't say anything, so I'm assuming that is being dealt with. We talked about that earlier. In case you didn't know, I've listened to them a lot before, so as a result I haven't been able to react to them, but I haven't listened to them last year deliberately, so I'd have something to react to this year. That's coming up. CMC Wisely Brothers, yet again, actually the reactions are done now on those. Done a little while ago actually, but they are coming. But that's part and parcel of this whole getting ahead of stuff. I do apologize. The Wisely Brothers one's been delayed about a month now. I wanted to put it out on the 20th. I wanted to start putting those out on the 20th of December, but I wasn't able to. We had a lot of album reviews dropping at the same time, so they had to come back. But still, don't worry. That's my at the current moment. That's the next album listened through to come through, even though it's a very short one. That's the next one to come out, so don't worry, that is coming. Harry, JPU is the European and US distributor for Scandal. Yeah, but as James was saying as well, because James knows the guy from JPU, the guy apparently who runs it quite well, they have had their complaints about the fact that they don't have that much control, really. I mean, and this doesn't surprise me. They are very much at the whim of the lunatic companies who occasionally pull the copyrights down very quickly. Sven, will you hear Silent Sirens EP before Scandal's album? Do you mean like the next? Because obviously I did, because I've been doing them in order. So I did the first Silent Siren EP, then I did Best Scandal. So the next one I will be listening to, I've done the Wisely Brothers one that's been waiting. That's only like 4 tracks. That has to come out next. And then after that will be the next Silent Siren EP, and then will be the next Scandal album. The Silent Siren EP and the Wisely Brothers, I guess you call it EP, are very short. So they probably won't take more than a couple of weeks to get through both of them. And then will be the next Scandal one. And then we're going to be going Silent Siren Scandal alternately for a little while, throwing in anything else interesting that comes up. Lisan, would you call the awards the victors next year? No, but we might just throw in the word victor everywhere, like, oh, here's a list of the victors. All right, oh my God, I'm so far behind. All right, I'm going to start reading through these quickly, so apologies about this. Bubs, chatting about bands is all good, but can we get to the real elephant in the room? Megan and Harry, piss off. I'm not talking about those people. Not interested in any of them. Harry Temptation Box, I believe, is the next Scandal album. That might be the one then. Yeah, probably is. Thank you. Sven, you are right. The most Silent Siren fans I found are Indonesians. Not surprised. Indonesians, Malaysians as well, quite a lot. Singapore, not Korea, but I'm not really surprised about that. Korea kind of likes everything to be more sexy than cute, don't they? For the best part. And like I say, Taiwan, they're massively popular in Taiwan. CMC, Bubs, is that EastEnders reference? What did he say again? Megan and Harry. No, I think he's talking about talking about the Royals. Just new to your channel and not that familiar with J-pop. Is J-pop the correct term? But will you be having the best top songs of 2019 or an introductory video for the genre? That's interesting. I won't be doing best songs as a list, because I don't mind doing that for artists like I did top baby metal. I'll be updating that. I'll be doing top bandmade and stuff like that. I don't like to do top songs because then we do so many different genres that we can be pitting things against each other that I don't want to pit against each other, and it becomes too much down to my opinion. And I know my personal biases on preferring certain styles might then start to veer against an objective truth. But I like your idea about an introductory video. That's really nice, actually. Guys, let me know what you think. But I mean, I'm working on recording these introductory videos for music theory, like really simple stuff for people who just want to learn little things like, what does a producer do? What's a time signature? What's pitch shifting? Little things like this. But something like that, an introductory video to J-pop, is actually a really nice idea. I mean, technically you have J-pop and J-rock, but just like J music, I guess. Yeah, that's a nice idea. Thanks for that, Just. I will try and do that. Because I do know that a lot of people on this channel have come over from other things, and so I'd like them to feel welcome. I mean, this is what I say when I'm talking about music theory. I want to do those things because I want people to feel welcome when I'm talking about music theory as much as anything else. Quickly got to just check. I just got a message come through. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I had to reply to that. So let's have a look, see where we are on that. Yeah, Buckingham Palace has joined the EastEnders for the common touch, said Bubs. Yeah, just like them claiming warm home allowance, most likely. Creator. Pinwheel Surfer is a Scandal song title. Oh, okay, fair enough. I thought it was just one of them billions of subgroups. I don't remember which album it's from. I want to say standard, but not certain. Okay, well, I'm going to be listening to them all eventually, so we'll get there. We'll get there. By the way, instantly, I should point out, this is how much I thought that latest song was going to get blocked, that literally I saved the completed file, and then I just pushed it to YouTube, pressed upload, because what I do is I upload it privately, and then once it's uploaded, then I edit all the details and then set it to public or schedule it. So I pushed it straight to upload, and while it was uploading, I was taking the video, putting it back into the editor and chopping it so as to do the edited version. So the edited version actually was saved and ready to go before I went back to YouTube and went, oh, didn't get blocked. Oh, okay. So I've actually got an edited version, which I will never need to use. Zinf, check out the Baka Awards. Should be some stuff in there. I agree with you, Zinf, but I do also think that that's a good point Joust makes. Maybe something a little bit more accessibly aimed towards newbies to the genre, or to, it's not even a genre, is it? To the scene, to the Japanese industry would maybe not be a bad idea. But yeah, the Baka Awards is probably a good little place to start. Although because of copyright, I wasn't really able to play anything. I might just do an introductory, hey, if you like this, maybe you'll like this. Just sort of talk about, just introduce a few bands. I'll give that some thought, but I really like that suggestion, actually. Probably someone suggested that before, so apologies if someone has, but it's just come to my mind now, and I think now is a good time for me to be thinking of that kind of thing. So thank you for that, Just. I really appreciate that. It's a good suggestion. J-pop, J-Way, it's just putting Japan before it. Bubs, no, it's not. You're undermining the entire point of the fucking channel. It's very Bubs to do that, just to start hammering away at the foundations. Seems like there was a video last week for awards. True, hit like, got chocolate, noted, thanks guys. Is on, sorry, there's so many things that I'm gonna have to go through quickly. Sorry about this. Just is more wow, I'm so far behind the comments. All right, sorry guys, I'm going to be just reading through quickly. 8% of my music of my Silent Sign time is via Spotify. Is Def the music first? Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to them a lot on Spotify, actually, because I just find, like I say, there's something you can listen to them actively or hold them in the background, and either way, they're just really enjoyable. So good group, I really like them. CMC's whinging about Wisely Brothers. It's coming. Jazz pop music, really more familiar with 90s pop than recent K-pop and recent K-pop. Also alternative, something chill. Joust, you might want to check out on the channel. We did a lot of stuff by Dreamcatcher. That's an interesting K-pop group who I think would be a good one. Maybe you ever listen to. They're a bit more rock. You might like them. And then on a more pop side, stuff like Silent Siren is the one that I personally recommend. But also, if you're interested in something that sounds distinctly Japanese, Wagaki Band is a fantastic one to go to. So Wagaki Band, Silent Siren, and Dreamcatcher, maybe 3 I'd recommend just to try. Very different from each other, so you can get a little feel for what you like. Still no Regal Lily. CMC, stop complaining. Any people on her music suggestions to ease him into Japanese music? Peggy's is a good one, although I think Peggy's is a little bit more because things like Peggy's and Lucy 2 have more of a distinct style that might mean that but that's a good thing. I think Peggy's are a good one to listen to though. But I suspect that these bands sound a little bit more related to Western sound. Like Peggy's do borrow a lot from Western sound and then make it Japanese. I'm kind of thinking more of groups who sound distinctly Japanese, but that's my approach. Regal Lily, I have to check out. Lady Baby and Perfumer. Modern Perfume's a little bit too Western, but maybe old Perfume. Lady Baby is a good suggestion. They've gone through a lot of weirdness. Bubs, check out the Reddit page and see what's there. There's a lot of music you can look at through. The only problem with the Reddit is they're the suggestions. So a lot of them I haven't heard yet. I hope all the Silent Sirens albums are soon available worldwide on Spotify. Are they not? Every single one, including the independent ones, is available on Spotify in Japan, actually. I will have a little look and just see if you guys are getting what I'm getting. Hopefully a new band-made EP in April. Really? That's awesome. Okay. We'll check those out. Thanks. Feels wrong suggesting Perfume, just so wrong. Good on you for caring enough about music to do that anyway. Mike, I'll avoid Lady Baby's earlier songs unless you're prepared for them. Yeah, I kind of agree. Their more late stuff is more of a interestingly musical thing. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to read through some of this really quickly. Discord. Sorry. Pops. I'm not that much into pop, so alternative and chill. Try Mono, Special Others. Carrie Pam Pammy, of course, that's a really good suggestion. Very niche as well, though, but a good suggestion. All right, let me just have a quick check on here. Okay, down to the bottom, good. I suggested introduction vid because I was there from the Filipino reaction. I saw the other vids thumbnail and kind of feel lost as to what are these. I want to check it out. Cool, man. I really appreciate that, and that's something that I'm really, I really appreciate it. Like I say, my main thing about this channel is I'm cool for people to come over and listen to what they already like. But the best thing is when people come onto this channel and they find something new. Because a lot of the time, obviously I've kind of lived with Japanese music my entire life, but I'm here finding things new from you guys suggesting them to me, or bands who I maybe knew about but didn't check them out. So I'm finding new stuff, and I want you guys to find new stuff as well, because that's what I love about music. Lazy was talking about Necry Talkie. I've got 2 more Necry Talkie reactions coming up. Seabill, I have to head out. See you later, Seabill, and good to chat to you today. Joust, thanks for the suggestions. We'll check those out. Hannah, yep, so everyone's saying bye-bye. Okay, I'm just going to quickly check. Yeah, there we go. I really love this little thing. This was so cheap. And I've kept the sticker on the back that tells you how slow it is, but how wonderful it is. All right, let's see. So, guys, I'm going to show you Spotify Silent Sirens. If you want to see what albums are available for any group on Spotify in Japan, ask me and I'll show you. Okay, so we've got Silent Siren. Obviously, you've got the latest EP. So yeah, 31313 is there. Girls Power's there. But we go back and it stopped scrolling. We've got the live ones now, live tour, all the live albums are on there. It's really slow loading, unfortunately. We've got the best of collection. There's not really much point having the best of collection when you've already got all of the albums. Okay, so there we go. Silent Siren, 31 Wonderland. All right, so we've got Start, Japanese version of Start's on there. And then, yeah, got the independent albums, both of them. So both the independent albums are on here as well. And you can see which tracks I like. That's nice. So yeah, there you go. Every single Silent Siren track is available on Japanese Spotify. I didn't really ever think about it being regional like Netflix, but clearly it is. CMC, I think we talked about it as well. I Love Me might be good as well. Yeah, they're really good. I'm enjoying getting into them. 2 more songs by them coming up soon. I've dropped Regal Lily's links for Howard all over the place. Howard must do Regal Lily, bump it up. Do you want me to bump that up in the list? I mean, I don't mind if people are like asking for something to be bumped up. I will. I mean, if it's in the Reddit, then I have it. Because, like I say, I went through and I grabbed everything a few days ago. But I'll try and bump that up a little bit. Finn, I know that Spotify in Japan has every Silent Siren stuff. I used it. VPN. Okay. Bubs, have you thought about blackmail to achieve your goals instead of spamming? Bubs is just making every attempt to make my life more difficult. Larry's mentioning Empire. Empire's coming up. That was actually, I think it was actually Lazy Lion who might have suggested that, either that or yourself. But I got a link from one of you two, which I put up. So that is coming as well. Just will do. Fantastic. Larry's sticker on the back says okay. Yeah, the stickers on the back saying okay. That's in regards to the power supply and the battery. It's just saying that they work. But you can see it's quite a slow processor for any of you computer nerds. Small hard disk drive, but it was so cheap and it's really good. I mean, it's not like lightning fast, but everything loads, everything works, and no problems with it. Battery life is half decent. It's a good little thing. I really love it. And good price as well. Also, Rise of Sun, Rosalia, Popping Party. Oh yeah, the Bang Dream groups. Yeah, they're coming up as well. Recommendation for Japanese music: Girlfriend, Baby, Metal Scandal. Good suggestions. Tokyo Gege. That's one that's been sitting in the suggestions for a long time. Actually, to be honest, I think Tokyo Gege probably has been more ignored than Bride Ear, actually. We've probably given the award to the wrong people because I think that suggestion came up first. Zimp, only drums on Spotify here are only albums on Spotify, 3 Girls Power and compilation. So basically the heavily promoted ones. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Thank you for letting me know that though. Just saying to Mike, might help the recommendations. Any specific bands you really like? Yeah, I mean, it mentioned about styles, but yeah, if you know any Philippine groups, I mean, like I say, Zinf knows his Philippine music really well, so maybe you can relate it on that. Bubs, recommendation for Japanese music, females with musical instruments. That's a pretty good place to start. So, Bubs is being evil to Larry. What? I don't know what's going on. I must have missed something. Seems like yes to bump up the Regal Lily or right behind Bride Ear. Dude, Bride Ear will come when Bride. Actually, you know what, CMC? You made me listen to Broken by the Scream again. So your credit has been partially used. Need Regal Lily too. Okay. A lot of people want Regal Lily, so Regal Lily's coming. I'm gonna do that one quicker. I'll do that in the next sitting. Okay, I'll get some Regal Lily and I'll get the other group that you guys mentioned. I'll put them in the next sitting. Also, Shishamo. Guys, if you post them on here, if it's not one that's in the Reddit, put it in the Reddit just so I've got it. But if it's in there, I mean, I can't prioritize everything. I mean, you got to remember I've got a lot of things coming. I've got to balance this partly between 3 things really. One, I pick up stuff from the recommended and the trending just to try out new bands to see what's popular at the moment. 2 is our regulars, and 3 is the Reddit suggestions. So I'm balancing these things all the time. So let me know if you want stuff prioritized. It's got to be something you really, really want prioritized. So like I say, there's 2 that have been mentioned at the moment, but tell me, only recommend prioritizing the ones that you guys really, really want. And if a few people want it, then that's fair enough. But yeah, obviously I'm quite snowed under. I can get through everything, but I just need to balance it well. So if I prioritize things, it's got to be stuff you really want to see. So how can I stifle you? Wait, will blackmail and spamming work? I'll stoop that low to get some classics here. Just don't make me create a new Reddit account. Are you going to sort of give me a fake link and make me go to the wrong Reddit account? Oh, I see. Larry, Howard, I think you will be impressed with Regal Lily. If I have any clue about your taste, no bias. We are talking about my musical taste, right? Have it all. It might work well. And if you want a laugh, Joust, Broken by Scream, well, it makes me laugh. Laugh is not what I would describe myself as doing after listening to Broken by the Scream. However, you will have to check out my review that I just did for the second time ever. I finally listened to Broken by the Scream again, and interesting review. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you guys think of what I had to say about that. Let's have a look here. So Babs is saying, I like the way you'll go all Born Identity to get your request in. Takoyaki Rainbow. Like I say, guys, if you're gonna write names on here, tell me what you mean. Are you telling me that you want this prioritized and it's in the Reddit? Is this a new suggestion? In which case, please put it in the Reddit. Don't just put an artist name without telling me whether you've suggested it or not, because I don't know whether I should be writing this down or not. So I need to know that. I love that name, Takoyaki Rainbow. It sounds amazing. I hope it's already in the Reddit. If not, put it in the Reddit. I've got a couple of yours, Lazy Lana. I picked up a couple of your I believe they were your posts on Reddit. So there's a few that you've suggested coming, though. So I'm looking for. Actually, I think there was one I did recently that I really liked, and I think it was Lazy Lion, but it's coming up soon. But there was one which was really good. We'll get back to that, though. Also, look up a tune called Perfect Human and USA by The Pump. You're just trying to make people feel bad now. Those are horrible songs. Elizabeth, if I'm in Japan anytime soon, then I'll take some EpiPens and a bag of nuts for no reason at all. Am I gonna wake up and find myself tied to a chair? It's gonna be like be like the reaction video version of Crank. It's like, just a little DVD. You've injected me with some kind of nut-based poison, and I've got to do the reactions. I've got to do reactions constantly to survive. Yeah. See, you have to do what you have to do. All right, it's nice. Everyone's behind me here. Larry, yeah, musical, not chocolate. I'm getting lost now. What are we talking about here? Yeah, musical, not chocolate. Yeah, musical, not chocolate. Okay, yeah, I get it now. So only the Silent stuff is on the international Spotify, which Universal published, so no star drops because it is only on the single Bang Bang Bang. Yeah, that's true. Actually, we've got the singles on here as well. Everything's on here. Okay, but yeah, Universal are really good with this kind of stuff usually, so that's probably why. I hope they buy out the old stuff as well. Like I say, All Right is really weird because All Right clearly has been bought by someone else. Broken by the Scream strikes again. Larry, I would die if I ate that much chocolate. Joust, bands I like as of the moment in K-pop, Red Velvet. Actually, do you know what? I've only heard a bit of Red Velvet, but they're kind of fun. Actually, I don't mind them so much. I need to listen to more, but I heard a few of their songs. One of them was really, really bad, and it just annoyed me. But a couple of them were okay. I heard a couple where I thought, actually, that's kind of funny. That's cool. It's nice, lighthearted. In Filipino music, the bands Razorheads and Sandwich. Sandwich sounds great. I can do a band called Sandwich. Interesting enough, I should point out, I've never seen any of Red Velvet's videos, and that always worries me when a K-pop band, because just suddenly I don't want to sort of turn on the video and find they're doing that thing that so many K-pop groups do, where they basically try to make it into soft porn. Yeah, I really hope they're not like that. The songs sound more innocent, but I've never actually seen them. Just writing down Sandwich Filipino band. I'll try and pick up some sandwich. I'll try and pick up a sandwich. Like it. I'll add it to Reddit. Thank you, Lion. Much appreciated. Takoyaki Rainbow. That's just an amazing name. I think I might already have that link somewhere, but yeah. If you haven't put it on there, please. Harry, talk to our French bear mascot. You cheeky bastard. I go full misery. Man, I'm gonna get full misery. Yeah, okay. Yeah, except for it won't be like a woman dragging me to a cabin in the woods. It'll be a bear dragging me out of a cabin in the woods, into the woods. That's terrifying. Damn, that's a lot of recommendations. Thanks. I think I'll start with Silent Siren. It seems highly recommended. Poor Joust. Yeah, Silent Siren, like I said, I think is the easiest band to get into. They're just kind of light and fun and easy. So yeah, enjoy that. They do quite a lot of different things, but it's all very accessible. Hannah Elizabeth, more like the reaction version of Audition. Wait, Audition. I feel like this is a film that I know. Sorry, I'm googling it now. Audition movie. Do I know this? No, I don't know this. It's a 1999 drama thriller, Japanese. Never seen it. Interesting. Maybe I should watch that just so I know what you're going to do to me. Just made. Let's check. Lark and Seal, Kung Fu Generation, Scandal works too. That's a fair suggestion. So yeah, probably more of those sorts of like rockier stuff would be a good stuff. Suggestion. TSPO. People say TSPO and I can't remember what it is. Oh, Tokyo Sky Paradise Orchestra. They're a hard one to do. I've actually done one which has been sitting online and private for a long time waiting to go up. It was part of the year one schedule but didn't get put out in time, which was them and Shrampor Rantan. But they're hard to do because I'm trying to find their originals and they don't have enough originals. It seems to be mainly covers, but I have got some links that I'm working on. So we're getting there. I know there's some groups who've been delayed for a long time, and I do apologize. But we'll get there. Bubs to Hannah Elizabeth. I don't think this is the first time you've planned something like this. Is this you audition? It's a film company cosplay. Don't ask. I think Silent Siren has very good B-sides on their singles. Yeah, they do seem to do that, but I think that's an old thing that used to be the case with Western music as well. You know, the B-sides used to be amazing because the whole idea was you wouldn't just put a normal album track. You'd put something really good. So people heard the single, they heard that, and then it would make them listen to the record over and over or the CD over and over because they like both tracks. And that would, so usually you'd find that the track which was put on as a B-side would maybe not be that catchy, but would usually be awesome. And I think because Japan's still got that culture of having proper singles, they know how to do the B-side thing still. But yeah, good point. Silent Siren have done that very well. You have to hear Fujiyama Disco, a bias on the basis is predicted. Well, yeah, that is a really good song either way. Just Red Velvet does cute and badass. They switch concept in every song. I think they do. I mean, there was one, and I think it was supposed to be like a feel-good song, and it was really, really bad. But some of their other stuff is just really fun. Like you listen to it and you're just like, you can't listen to it. You can't help but smile. Like, actually, that's a really fun song. And that's kind of, for me, that's what pop should do, and it doesn't always have to be fun. It can be serious, but pop should be something that is very accessible. It should be something that really draws you in. And they seem to be good at that. Like I say, their style is not my usual sort of thing. But I certainly haven't disliked them at all. And some of the songs I really like. Just a couple of them I've been like, but most of them pretty good. Although I've probably only heard about 6 or 7 tracks, if I'm honest. I'll check those out. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, I think we are kind of overdoing it. We're giving just way too many suggestions now. I mean, poor guy's not going to have any life left after he's listened to all of these. Elizabeth, I lose too much time to games as it is. Discord and Reddit killed all my time. I just go to the psycho route. It's more fun. Must get a bigger dog. More locks. Audition is Takeshi Miike movie that I know, good movie, but very dark. It sounds interesting. If it's not, like I say, I mean, I feel that way about movies that I feel about metal, and that I don't want something to be dark for the sake of it. But if it's dark in an interesting way and has an interesting perspective, that could be worth checking out. The Japanese and the Asians in general are quite good at their dark films, unfortunately. But some of them just are depressing. But they can do really good films in the darker genres as well. So I might check that out. Bubs, that's a common measured response if I have ever heard one. This is starting to sound really passive aggressive, you guys. It's like I'm watching my own murder being planned, or at least some sort of evil extortion. Not forget to do Wake Up from Tokyo Sky Paradise Orchestra and Asian Kung Fu Generation, Howard. Well, if it's got Asian Kung Fu Generation, it'll probably get blocked, which doesn't really help me much, but maybe. Pop should be popular. Pop. Yeah, I think it should. Well, I mean, pop is a weird term because we now use it to refer to things that are distinctly not rock, But yeah, as a general, pop should be popular. or at least play to a play to the populace, play to something that should be for everyone. So yeah, I get what you mean. So Hannah's saying, first time I've planned something like that for a reaction, and no cosplay. One, if he watches the movie, he'll see me coming too. I'm not tall or elegant enough. Calm and measured is what I do. You haven't given me enough of a description to tell the police yet, which is what I really need. Well, if the softball video does happen, we already have the disclaimer system worked out. Yes, we did get the disclaimer system worked out. That is true. And at least it helps me with the whole new COPPA laws where is this for children? You watch it and judge. Just like it's at par with Battle Royale. Audition is a classic. Fantastic. Yeah, Battle Royale was one of those films where it was really weird, but it just it had enough concept, and it saw its concept and execution through well enough that it just became, incredibly enjoyable in a sick and twisted way. That was a fantastic film, though. Very interesting scenes, ideas. Everyone remembers the lighthouse scene. Obviously, the lighthouse scene is one of the most famous scenes committed to cinema. The lighthouse scene from Battle Royale. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for that. So if it's anywhere near as clever and conceptually interesting, or at least narratively interesting, then definitely worth watching. I think Battle Royale's a way of how to do a depressing and dark film right. CMC Bigger Dog, need more potatoes and vegetables. Then serve him cold dog stew. I'll just serve him on curry. I got a lot of spare curry. Feed him curry. Make him spicy and strong. Evil Bubs, I'm going to stick with my normal hot mess antics to get work done. Don't know what you mean by that. Scary. CMC Battle Royale sucked. Well, not everyone has to like it. I'm not usually into those kind of movies as much, but like I say, I'm always interested when someone comes up with something which is really original. And I did feel that was original. It would certainly held your attention. Whatever you think of the film, it certainly held the attention. Bubs, oh hush, yeah. All right, it seems I'm completely up to date with the comments. Wow, that took a little bit of. This is why I said the posters probably wouldn't be put up. It's hard to keep up with all the comments. So, guys, we've got about half an hour left. Stop watching after 25 minutes was so bad. I would never be able to say a movie sucked if I didn't even watch half of it. To be honest, I mean, I'm a great believer that any movie, before commenting, I have to watch it all the way through to the end. There have been movies I've watched through to the end that I really didn't want to. There was a Japanese comedy that I remember James was around my house once in London. We were just chilling out, and we started watching this Japanese comedy movie that we'd managed to get. And it was literally the worst movie I think either of us has saw, and we both agreed to stop it halfway through and just not watch anymore. But then afterwards, the next day, I had to sit down and watch the rest because I can't judge a film until I've seen it. Maybe it's the part of me that used to do movie reviews, but I don't believe you, because there are movies that start off quite trash and just maybe nothing happens for the first half an hour, but by the end, actually, you go, yeah, that turned into something more. I mean, one of the ones that makes me think is like the movie Seven. The first half an hour of Seven is pretty boring. But by its conclusion, well, it's not boring, but it's just it's not very engaging. You're not going, oh, this is really interesting. You're just kind of going, okay, what's going on? There's a lot of setup. But by the end, obviously, it's one of the classic crescendo twist endings. So, it's hard to judge a movie if you haven't actually seen it. But yeah, if it was boring enough to make you switch off, then I've got no problem with you saying that you're just not interested in it. That's for sure. Let's have a look and see what people are saying. Well, if you want to stop it as it's so bad, then it's bad. Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, yeah, it obviously it hasn't worked, but you can't say the whole movie's bad. For example, if someone makes you go work as a toilet cleaner for the day, and the toilets are all disgusting and you hate them, then you'll go, oh, this is horrible. But if at the end of the day they go, haha, it was a challenge, here you go, £20 million, are you going to say you had a bad day? Pretty sure you're going to say you had a good day. It's kind of my point. I do get what you're saying. And I'm not, but I think it's very hard to say the movie sucked totally. But yeah, it's fair enough. It's all open to opinion. Like I say, I mean, to be honest, you might watch the whole thing and you might hate it even more. Added Takoyaki Rainbow to the Reddit. Enjoy. Thank you, Lazy Line. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you've got some good good suggestions going on there. Bubs, you should watch the high school art house film called Let everyone don't read what Bubs says. That is a classic. Oh god. Audition for though is something that gets under your skin. Battle Royale is more spectacle, both are good. I think Battle Royale, in my opinion, I think what gets under your skin about that is I agree it's more spectacle, but it is things like I say, it's stuff like the lighthouse scene. I think the reason why that was so famous and so popular is it was about you get some of these films that play off the idea of people turning from friends to enemies over like an entire movie, and you know how the breakdown between people work. But it was like interesting little conceptual things like that scene where you just see how the entire fabric of a group of people can totally change over the course of a few minutes. Made it very interesting. But like I say, I mean, it's not. I mean, everyone's saying it seems to be saying not a relevant analogy. Well, I totally disagree. I think it's a perfectly relevant analogy, but you don't have to agree with me on that either. I think the analogy is actually completely fine. But yeah, you don't have to agree with me. This is just what I believe. Certainly, just because I say it does not does not make me right. It's just what I believe. So Brian Allen, I hated Audition. I never got the motivation of the characters. Don't spoiler it for me, by the way. But okay, fair enough. That's an interesting. So we got an opinion from someone who feels the opposite way about it. I think kind of like with CMC and yeah, it's just the same thing. There's always going to be some people who don't like a film. It's interesting to know why, though. Like, so I'm always interested by the reasoning. And that's what I really like to know, why people like and dislike things. So I can't comment on an Audition because I haven't seen it. But once I have seen it, I'll be interested to know whether I actually think the motivations of the characters are clear, because I do think the motivations of characters has to be really, really clear. If a film's going to be dark, you really have to get a sense of why it's gone to that place. So that's an interesting criticism to level at it. So I'm interested to see what you think. CMC, I do like most Takeshi Miike films I have watched, though. So are most of his films kind of like that? Does he follow kind of a dark direction for most of them? Just going to quickly answer a message I've got here. Okay, yeah, that was a bit. Something interesting came up there. What we got? So Larry, what if I fall asleep while cleaning toilets? Do I still get the money? No, you don't. Oh Christ! In one go, why would you do that? Was alcohol a factor? Alcohol is always a factor. I wouldn't say all these films are dark. Oh, okay, interesting. So I'm getting an interesting feel for that. Some directors, they kind of stick to a similar feel. Some are very good at flipping it up and changing it. Bubs is saying, "Thanks God for that. I was worried you were sober and enjoying his movies." His films range from violent and bizarre to dramatic and family friendly. Oh, that's from Wikipedia. Thank you. There you go. I could have done that, but instead I got someone who actually had the intelligence to do it for me. Hannah Elizabeth, Takeshi Miike's best film is clearly Yatamen, or maybe I just really like Fukada Kyoko's costume. Oh, okay, did a film with her. Her fame has been really strange. It's like she was really famous and then not so famous, and then really famous, and then not so famous, and now she's really famous again for the commercials she's doing at the moment. Because I got to admit, she looks pretty damn good, which I think is they've managed to do a lot of sales for Tokyo Gas based on how good she looks in that costume, which is really weird. So her fame's gone back up again. I've enjoyed them sober, baked, and drunk. That's like the holy trinity of ways to enjoy movies. Can't wait to see what Howard names this chat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that long and hard. Let's see. Uh, how come recent Japanese movie output seem to have declined? Was there a change in policies? Um, That's an interesting one. I have not really noticed the decline, but then again, I can't say I'm actively watching the release schedules. Um, yeah, I've not really been so aware of a decline, but you might be right. I think because when you're in Japan, you're always seeing adverts for the latest movies, so you kind of see at least that there is a stream of movies going through, but you maybe don't see whether the volume is up to normal. So interesting. I would have to think about that, but I can't think of any reason immediately. Certainly, CMC Conversation Battle Royale, obviously, Paul. Pretty good name actually. Takashi beat Kitano movies can be a bit of a slog for gangster movies, but I always end up enjoying them. That's an interesting one. I don't watch as many of his films as I perhaps should have done. I might indeed check out some more of his stuff as well. Well, anyway, so a few things worth mentioning while I've got you all here and now. I've managed to catch up with the conversation a little bit more, just so you know, if you're in this conversation, you're enjoying it and you haven't pressed like yet, please do. It's really useful just for the matrix, the YouTube matrix likes it when people like the live streams. So yeah, I was going to mention basically, yeah, everything is going thank you for the like. Everything's going quite exceptionally well at the moment. There are a lot of interesting things coming up. Like I say, I'm working on really getting this channel ahead. We did a lot of work before Christmas getting ahead of things, and certainly after Christmas now we've picked up a little bit of that. You know, some of the buffer I built was worked away by Christmas, but still had a few in hand. So got ready for the new year, recorded a load of videos yesterday, didn't record any today, but managed to do quite a lot of production work, managed to get the Baka Binge video out, a lot more coming tomorrow, really getting ahead of things now. And like I say, every Saturday, I'm hoping every Saturday we'll have a special video, like something that can be premiered. If it's a big thing, I'll do it. Like I'll give you a few days notice. If it's something little, like just trying this new thing today, then I'll give you like an hour or two's notice. Just because I felt that the video that we posted today was more just kind of for people who were already with the channel to see what you guys thought. I didn't want to accidentally bring over like hundreds of foodies from elsewhere who suddenly went, wait a second, this isn't a food channel. So yeah, it was kind of important to me what you guys thought. In fact, actually, I didn't get enough opinion on that. If you guys can tell me, I mean, what did you like that video? How did your general feeling about it? Did you think it was good? I really liked it. Just let me know what you guys thought about that as well. Just have a look at what we were saying here. I do tend to prefer Korean gangster movies. They've got a good reputation, haven't they? Joust Beat Takeshi is awesome. I think a lot of people would agree with that as well. I know, Elizabeth. I love the calm to the extreme violence in Katana movies. So I'm not a big fan of, as my brother is. Oh, your brother's a big fan. There's always like one member in the family who loves the gangster movies. The Man from Nowhere running some dog. Beats Takeshi is the best video game designer. Wow. There's a lot of opinion on Beat Takeshi. That's kind of cool. I tend to like slower Japanese films like The Professor and His Beloved Equation, Twilight Samurai. Yeah, Baka Binge excellent. More, please. Good. Fantastic. Glad some positive feedback on that. Like I said, I wasn't able to sit through the entire premiere, so I will go back and check out the premiere. Just see what everyone thought at the time. But yeah, it's good if everyone's liking that. Speaking of brothers, Brother was a really good intro to his work. Considering he didn't have any name recognition in the West for movies, he loves the slow burn and negative space. Ooh, a very sort of that kind of movie. Okay, I'll definitely check that out. There's a lot of good things to have a look at here. Okay, up to date with that as well. Sorry, just checking back to my messenger, coming back to here. You can probably see it all lit up and reflected in my glasses. So look here, video game. The video was fun, but felt a bit rough around the edges. Disappointed at the lack of Meiji, the chocolate. Okay, a bit rough around the edges. Disappointed with the lack of Meiji, the chocolate. Yeah, Meiji the chocolate kind of wasn't. It kind of falls into a different category, because this was more about your standard ones, and that Meiji the chocolate is much more pricey in most shops. So it kind of like it is one that was more. We're doing videos for, like, if you like, more standard value, more expensive ones, and then maybe he'll get some deluxe ones as well. The really expensive stuff. I don't know. Totally up to James. Um, but yeah, I mean, that one was a little bit outside of the remit of this video, but it's not to say that it won't come up again. Then again, we did have that little dark chocolate one, which was a bit more expensive as well. So maybe that would have probably also should have not been in this video. But okay, that's good to know. So we'll work on that. Rough around the edges, I think, might just be because it's a sort of bantery style video. But again, let me know if there was anything specifically you thought we could have improved on that, because that'd be really great to know. I'd be worried if we were more professional. Thanks. My brother is 12 years older than me. He showed me Dolls and Hanabi first. Still love them both, but I went weirder with my tastes. The youngest sibling, always the weird one. I should know I'm a youngest sibling. Hey guys, if you haven't already, give this video a like, because it helps the channel out. Thank you. Yeah, Harry's totally right. It really does. So yeah, anything like that's appreciated. I was also going to ask, by the way, guys, obviously you've been seeing the first few videos since I've done the new setup, with the, there's been some problems with the camera focus, getting it to focus on my face, but just wanted to know if everyone, any comments about the new videos that I'm doing, if that's all good, if you're liking the way that's looking, let me know. Like I said, there's a lot more content coming, but just because I'm starting to get the basis of what this year two sort of thing is going to look like, guys, let me know if there's any comments you want to give me, any feedback you want to give me on that, because I really appreciate that as well. Yeah, just keep me informed of what you guys think. I haven't been drinking enough of this. Delicious. Absolutely fantastic. Poster wall is excellent. Thank you, Larry. Like I said, I want to keep that so it changes in every video. Haven't got enough posters to do that yet, but there are more posters in the mail, so that's going to get better. It's going to get better, I promise. In fact, yeah, I can buy a few more tonight. Now I've worked out what I'm doing with the cardboard things that I'm putting them on, so I can swap them round. I'll probably just get more cardboard, and I'm just going to order more posters online. I found that I can't really get I know that I'm getting some help with Scandal and stuff, because it's very hard to get those ones cheap, but there are some other ones by some bands we cover who get the posters really cheap online. So I can use some of the Patreon money for that. Again, thank you so much, guys, for the Patreon. You have no idea how much that helps. You really have no idea how helpful that is. It really does make a huge difference in the quality, everything, so just thank you is all I can really say. Joust Hanabi for me is one of the best. Brother was not for me. Omar Epps and Kutano doing Rush Hour-esque didn't quite work for me. Omar Epps? Really? That I've just got to see out of interest. Omar Epps is in a Japanese film. Awesome. Zimp, wait, that's not how you're supposed to cut open foil on chocolate. Always did that. I'm gonna have to go back check that out. Bubs, so you went for rom-com or throw your brother off. Okay, which much weirder. Also, the reminder about the Reddit. Yeah, again, guys, just remember the Discord is there for chats, but if you want to give song suggestions, you need to be going through the Reddit, because like I say, even if I'm on here writing down notes right now, it's kind of, they don't always get to where I need them to be. The Reddit is the only place that I'm going to review what you give me, so please use it. CMC, Gori, banana, Mama Kyukin. Mama Kyukin. It's getting weirder and weirder every time I really comment. Shah Ariane, hello everyone. Hello, how are you doing, Shah? Welcome in, welcome. Harry, the poster wall is indeed great. Not just the aesthetics of it, I think it generally helps with the lighting, as the white walls are very reflective. I do agree. This room is we had white walls in the last place, but they weren't as reflective as this. Ironically, these walls are less white than the ones in the previous place, but what I think it is because they kind of have like a bevel to them. They make a weird effect on the light, and I think the camera compensates therefore by brightening everything. So I think it's actually, with what I've experimented, they're actually less bright, but I think that just something to do with the texture causes the camera to compensate and causes it to go too bright. So, okay, I'm going to try and sort something out for the live chats as well, so we don't have this problem in live chat either. In fact, wait a second, there is a way that I can do this. Hold on a minute. Get that wrapped behind there. Let's just see if that is a bit hard to get that wire out the way. Wrap it around the back of there, should be fine. Let's see if this works. Okay, guys. This is a bit bright. Is that better or is that worse? I think maybe the light's a bit too much on my face. There we go. Let me know if that's better or worse. I'd be really interested to know what you guys think about that. All right, there. Let's have a look here. I just saw the comment that CFC deleted. Thanks for deleting that. Yeah, guys, seriously, please don't use this as if you want to publicize something, talk to me. If you're just going to come on here and drop adverts, that's not really a very social thing to do. Okay, if anyone wants to advertise anything through this channel, just ask me. So Hannah, Survive Style 5. Oh yeah, Survive Style 5. That's a weird film. Paprika versus, I'd say Kamikaze Girls is the closest I got to a rom-com. Yeah, Kamikaze Girls is a sweet film. It wasn't as bad as people said. In the same year, he did Man of Tai Chi. He played a bad guy. We kind of pulled it off. Put down the drugs. All right, we're going to get some movie arguments here. So Harry, there's a place. Seems he's saying nope. Don't know what that's in response to. Is that in response to the lighting? Let me know. There's a place on the Discord to leave requests. Also, if you are not a fan of Reddit, the Reddit is more likely to be seen sooner. However, yeah, I think actually, I think I did put was it me who did that? I can't remember. I think someone asked me to, and I put a suggestion thing on the Discord as well. I've completely forgot about that. So thank you, Harry. Bubs, might have to check them out. And can it be both better and worse? Okay, so this is not as great as I was hoping it was then. Okay. Detroit Metal City is much watched Japanese film. Indeed. I would love to. How am I going to interact with people? Yes, the lack of lighting. So this is not good. Okay, so I'll turn the lighting back on then. Okay. There we go. It needs to be wrapped around there, because if that's not wrapped properly, it will fall off the ceiling. One moment. Crikey O'Reilly. There we go. All right, I'm back. So Fish Story is worth the time as well. Yeah, that's a really popular film, actually. Lighting from a different angle, but not better. Weirder, not as bright. Okay, don't worry. Lighting is gone now. I'm back. We do have the bright wall, but hey. Weirder as not bright. All right, folks, we've got 7 minutes. 7 minutes till time is up. Like I say, got to leave a little bit sharpish today. Good luck to you all. Good luck to you all. Got to leave a little bit sharpish today. I'm going to try and work this out so we can do these a little bit better in future. Just like I said, a few things I've got to handle, a few things I've got to take care of today. But I'm really just so happy that we get people coming into these, and you guys have been so supportive with all of these. Let's have a look at some here. Lighting from a different angle, yeah. So that's a fluorescent light above. That's awful for video. Yeah, I mean, the way that I got the lighting working now, I mean, no one's really mentioned the lighting in the new videos I've been doing, which is, I don't know if anyone's, but I actually really like the lighting in the new videos, the recorded videos. And the way I'm doing that is I'm doing it using a technique that we used when we were doing music videos, actually, which is really simple, which is you use a fluorescent room light to give like a glow on one side and then a sharper light on the other side. So you get like you get the free tone thing. You get sort of like the incandescent dark tone in the middle, and then like the white light from the other side, and it gives you kind of like it makes the human face look a little bit less boring, and it's also very good for highlighting facial expression. So that's something that I've been doing in those. So I hope that's been coming across well. I hope that people like the way that's looking, but that's something that I was wondering whether people would have a problem with that, or whether they would think it was a bit too much or not. But I like the way they look. So, but yeah, I mean, for this kind of thing, having a fluorescent light, I mean, that's kind of normal in Japan. It just isn't good for this kind of thing, though, especially considering because of the setup of the room, I can't sit far enough back. If I'm further back, it's better, but it is effectively right now, it's kind of right over my head. So, you can see the reflection from the hat of where it is. So it's just not really, it's not good. Like you say, it's not good for filming at all. But live videos, I think we're all a little bit more relaxed. Hannah Elizabeth back breakdown, movies coming soon. I used to do movie reviews. I don't think I really could do that again. They take a long time to watch them, and I love watching movies, but I don't think I could commit to watching movies in the way that I used to. But yeah, I would love to do that. That would be really fun to do. I would love to do it. You're tempting me, but I can't. If someone else wants to do movie reviews for the channel, let me know. If you can be consistent with that kind of thing, maybe you can do it. CMC needs more green sheets, and then I can have the Howard TM in the forest over waterfall. I have been thinking about doing fun little things like that. It might all come. We all live in the tub of margarine. The lyrics just pop into my head when Howard sings. I always think we all live in a toilet painted green. You never know. I might work on some reviews for movies. Maybe, but like I said, at the moment we're going to need to keep the videos relatively decent length, so we'll see how that goes. But maybe we could do that. Actually, me and Buzz have been talking about some ideas for something that he could do. There's a few things that we want to try, but we're kind of keeping them under wraps for now. But that might be something that might work in that. We'll see how that goes. Lays line, a wisdom dispensing waterfall. The fountain of all knowledge just appearing behind my head. No god complex, I swear. Yes, the new videos with the posters look good. Before, the white wall was awful, painfully bright. I'm really sad, actually. I hoped I never wanted it to be that bad. I never wanted people to really hate it. But I'm glad you guys like what I'm doing now. I feel sad if it was really that bad before. But yeah, okay, I kind of get that. A lot of videos are presented on white backgrounds. I've noticed there are quite a few people who do present to white backgrounds, but I know it's not quite as bright. So, yeah, I see most of these Japanese movies being mentioned are before 2010. Something changed, it seems, in Japan cinema operation. It might also have been in distribution, in all fairness, because there are, like I said, I do think there's a lot of Japanese movies coming out. I might not be able to judge that properly without paying more attention, but I think it might just be there's less Japanese movies being distributed abroad, because you've got to remember, in that period between about 1995 and 2010, those 15 years was a real boom for Japanese culture. And Japanese culture was everywhere. It was like a massive export in that period, like pop culture. And so sort of late 90s and the 2000s, that was when it was a huge thing. It might just be that kind of pop culture explosion has come to a little bit of an end. That might be the reason, but I don't know. Like I say, I mean, I'm surmising, but it certainly doesn't feel like there's been a slowdown here in Japan. But then again, I'm here in Japan. So, Hannah, music, food, movies. It's the channel going to review everything Japanese. If so, warn me about a month before you all start reviewing porn. Thanks. That's okay. No, we'll use that on our special Pornhub account. I do not give me suggestions for what that channel should be called. I don't want to know. So Evil Bubs, too late. We already have food porn today. Yeah, exactly. I left Japan in 2009. That's why all mine up from before 2010. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think film distribution is a factor. It might be. I mean, like I said, I'm just surmising. Anyway, guys, we're going to round this one up now. Like I said, apologies. I do kind of have to leave on time for this one. It has been a real pleasure, and as always, if you want to continue the conversation, remember the conversation will keep on going on Discord, and I will try and get on with Discord as well. I'm also going to try and work out, so hopefully this will be the last live stream with a white background, so that maybe these are a little bit more tolerable. Apologies to anyone who's been suffering through the. Oh God, Zinf, I just wrote what you wrote. I just read what you wrote. Oh. Moving on. Oh God, CMC was one worse. Okay. I'm out, guys. Thank you so much. Like I say, thank you so much for wonderful comments. It's been a real pleasure. Like I say, we'll be doing this next week. I'm going to try and have a special each week, and we'll try and get back to those 2-hour live streams as well. But for this week, keeping it just to an hour and a half again. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. Really glad you enjoyed the videos we did, and there's a lot more coming soon. A lot more videos, a lot more of the suggestions that you've been waiting for a while, as well as new things, as well as bands who we wanted to listen to more of. There's a lot coming. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Just reading through these. Welcome, kudos. That's the winner. Ciao, ciao. Still no bride, Paul. Guys, like I say, couldn't do it without you. Really love and appreciate that you're all here. I'm going to get back to helping my friend for a little bit, just checking how things are going. And you just have a wonderful evening. Thank you again. We will be back next week, and maybe back for the whole 2 hours next week, as well as an yet unannounced special, which will be coming next Saturday. So for now, from Japan, thank you so much for tuning in, and ciao, ciao. Oh, I'm reading all the nice comments. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.